10 fragrances that are going to be superb for the fall. That's really going to get you in there with the opposite sex. Now stay tuned, guys. You don't want to miss this. Welcome to the party.
I was born to be free.
Because I need you guys to understand the intensity, the power that you're going to have when you put these fragrances on your skin. Before we get started, guys, I would love for you guys to like, share, subscribe to the page, because what it does, it helps the algorithm, helps me promote more videos, more content. Today is going to be super special because I'm going to give you my top 10 fragrances, but 5 are going to be super mass appealing, super affordable, and nothing less than an 8. You are going to love it, not going to break the bank, and this is really going to get you on the radar with the opposite sex. And then we're going to cross over to the top tier level. The fragrances that nobody talks about, but everybody wants to smell like. The fragrances that are non-stop going to get you in and out of situationships. That's what I have. Those are the fragrances that are drop dead gorgeous. Now let's get into that top 10 list. Let's start off the list by Lattafa. You know they're killing the game. All those Arabic fragrances are really doing the job right now. I'm going to put you guys onto his Confessions. Give her a taste of what it feels like to be with a true alpha male. This is a suave, smooth, clean fragrance. You're going to be basically greeted, housed around the iris. That's going to give you that lipsticky feel, that powderiness. I get a lot of that from other fragrances such as Givenchy Gentleman, Dior Homme Intense, which is such a mass appealing, classy, hints of sweetness, but not sweet, not citrusy, not tropical. None of that. More of a powdery nuance to it. It's not for a loud, obnoxious man that doesn't really know where he's going. This is for a calm, mature, not old, but mature, like a person that knows what he wants, knows the direction that he's going. And that's exactly what you get with this fragrance. His Confessions by Lattafa. Let's go on to a little bit of the spicier side. We want something that's really going to give you an introduction towards what fall is supposed to be like. I'm going to put you guys onto Armani Intensely. Now, this is going to be an interesting fragrance because it's very complex. If I were to explain this fragrance in a sentence, I would say that this gives you a burnt, smoky amber accord to it. You're gonna have that spicy, smoky accord from the pink pepper. As it starts to dry down, it becomes sweetened with the toffee and the cinnamon that stays consistent throughout the lifetime of the fragrance. People start to write down the name, and I knew I had something when I put this fragrance on. I knew I was onto something. Very sweet, very smoky, very amber-like, and this is what you wanna put on if you want to turn heads. Let's go on to the next one. A youthful, flirty, like sweet fragrance. This is Elixir, Jean Paul Gaultier. That honey note, that benzoin, you have that sticky, gourmand, syrupy type of vibe that comes off very flirty, very sweet. Like most of the DNA from Jean Paul Gaultier, you get that in this fragrance. Jean Paul Gaultier is known for having very mass appealing fragrances. This did nothing less than that. This is probably one of the best compliment getting fragrances from the line. Of course, for me, I always thought Le Beau Le Parfum is the best because you have that coconut and pineapple. But for the fall, something warm, something sweet, something gourmand, you definitely want to put this in your rotation for the fall time. Let's go on to the next one. Next one, by far, my most complimented designer fragrance that I have to keep pushing because it smells good. I love the way it smells, and then it gets crazy amount of compliments. People nonstop ask me, what was I wearing that day? That is this one, Most Wanted by Zaro. You only have 3 notes here. You have cardamom, toffee, amberwood. That's it. That's it. It smells like a pumpkin spice, sweet latte, a little more on the darker side of a fragrance. It smells so good. It captures fall in a bottle. I think this is the greatest chance that you have if you want to get into the designer world and you want something that's just mass appealing, have one signature fragrance that you can wear all year round, but it's really going to shine in the fall time. That is Most Wanted, Zaro. My most complimented designer fragrance, hands down. AI could never even come close to a fragrance like this. They cannot develop it. They cannot talk about it. They cannot describe it. This is a fragrance that you need to experience. You need to experience a fragrance like this because nobody can tell you what is going to happen until you put this fragrance on and you experience it for yourself. Most Wanted by Zaro, my most complimented designer fragrance. Now, if we're talking about Lattafa again, another one that I have is Camera. Camera to me is the most successful, the best smelling Lattafa from all the line. Other than Art of Arabia, which is the dupe of Imagination. But that's another story. That's not for the fall. Let's talk about fall fragrance. You want a crisp apple pie-like fragrance with cognac and rum dripped on top of? This is it. This is it. This is warm, this is inviting, this is sweet, but it's mature. Opens up with cinnamon, nutmeg. You have the sweetness from the dates. It's a dupe of Angel Share by Killian, but it's a lot more. It's a lot sweeter. It's a lot more mass appealing to me. I feel like Angel Share is a little more mature, a little darker. This one is a lot more brighter. This one is going to get you really better, a lot more. I feel like this one's going to get you better results with the ladies. This is not going to cost you more than $35. It is a no-brainer. It's a must-have. Every man, this is a staple in every man's collection. Why? Because it's expensive smelling, it's very cheaply priced, and it lasts long. It gets compliments. It does what you wanted it to do. You bought a fragrance so that you could smell good. You bought a fragrance so that people can be attracted to you. Why not get the right one? Why not buy something that you know that's going to work 100% of the time? And I get that with Camera. It smells so good, so sweet, so boozy. This is my personality in a bottle. This is a fragrance that you need to have in your collection. Now let's go on to a niche, the top tier. Just through my words, just through the video and my content, I really want you to experience the fragrance as if it's in front of you. Let's talk about my top 5. My top 5 are going to be introduced. We're being rented Sacred Bond. A sweet floral fragrance. Now let's talk about it. It starts off with raspberry that gives you an illusion of a bubblegummy type of fragrance. But the raspberry is short-lived and you're not going to smell that bubblegummy type of smell anymore. It starts to become a warm floral fragrance. Rose, you have jasmine, but then that middle note of the caramel is what really warms up the fragrance. They can't contain the way they feel. The confidence level is out the roof when you put this fragrance on because it's just sweet, it's inviting, it's floral, it's playful. In my entire collection, I put in the fall, it means something. It's a statement. It's telling me, it's telling you, it's telling the world that this is something that they need to experience for themselves. Let's go on to my number 4. Released this year, 2025. By the Harmonious, Fluoride Nebula. Now you guys know how I feel about the Harmonious. Hypnotizing fire of my entire collection is back and forth, but easily number 1 in my entire collection is Smoky Rose fragrance. Super sexy. We leave that alone. We talk about fall. We talk about something that's different, innovating, something that just came out, brand new release, Fluoride Nebula. If you want 80% floral, 20% amber, you get this fragrance. If that's your vibe, if that's your speed, then this is going to be the fragrance that's going to do just that. Yeah, this is definitely a potent fragrance. Super rich, very floral. It comes off very unisex. Anybody could pull this off. Look at the way it's housed in a beautiful presentation that gives you that vibe feel. You think of candy corn, you think of pumpkins. You really want to embody this month. You want to really get in there. You want to come and introduce yourself with a different type of light, shine yourself in a different way. Put Nebula on. This is that type of fragrance that if you're into classy, rich smelling floral fragrances, Fluoride Nebula is it. Bulgarian Rose, you have the spiciness from pink pepper. This is a fragrance that is easily climbing up my top 10. I want to feel confident. I want to feel like an alpha male. I want to feel like I could take charge. I can make decisions without asking others, what should I do? This one walks his own path. Fluoride Nebula. Just pick this one up. Top 3 of the fall selections. Oscar Emile Mystique. I just picked this one up this week from Emmanuel in New York. If you wanted a musky, sweet, effortless fragrance that everyone's going to love, I mean, same type of wow factor, the same type of likability and mass appeal as Dior Sauvage. And you know this is the most selling fragrance of all time, most populous one. Guys, this is the one in the niche world. This is the fragrance that's going to give you a little more, give you an extension of your personality. This one is crazy, loud. This is very bold. This is a musky, clean, fresh fragrance. Don't ignore it. Experience it. Get a sample if you can. If you go to Emmanuel on 39th Street and 8th Avenue, guys, whoa. This is probably going to be the easiest wear of all the fragrances that I mentioned today. A lot of them have different personalities. A lot of them are unique, not so unique, some of them. This one is just a fragrance that everybody likes. This is a fragrance that everybody wants to smell like and smell in the air. cassis, cardamom, lily, fresh, aromatic. You want something like this. This is going to be an effortless fragrance that's going to be more mass appealing than any other fragrances, because this is what women want to smell in a man. They want somebody that's well put together, very sharp, very crisp. Then you want to get Mystique. Let's go on to my top 2. Do not play with this one. You know how I feel. This is one of those scents I could show you and that's it. I don't have to talk anymore. Why? Because you know what it does. You know the magic behind it. This is Side Effect by Initio. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. If you're a fan of rum, tobacco, cinnamon, hedione, aka the sex note, then this is the fragrance for you. One of the most complimented niche fragrances I have in my collection. Everybody loves this. Syrupy, sweet, boozy, vanillic. You get this one. Loud, potent, leaves a statement, head turning, panty dropper, panty blower, panty snatcher. You get this one. You want something next level. You want to smell rich. You want to smell like no one else smells before. You want to be part of the 1% of the world. You get this one. Side Effect is number 2 for a reason. Not to be played with, not to be misunderstood. It's just is. It's just one of those fragrances that when you know, you know. Side Effect. And my number 1. My number 1 of all of them, I feel is the most sexiest fragrance, other than this one, of course. Clive Christian Blonde Amber. Come on. You want full in a bottle? You want mystery? Look at the presentation of this bottle. I like that gothic vibe that I get out of this one. I like the way it makes me feel smarter, taller, stronger. I like all that. I get all that. Why? Because it just makes me feel alive. It feels like my personality has come outside out of having an outer body experience. Legendary, without a doubt. When I sprayed this, I knew that it was gonna be here for a long, long time, because nothing smells quite like this. Step into a different tier. Have a different life. Experience the world in a bottle. Every woman's wet dream. That's what the power of this fragrance is, the magic that it has. Pink pepper, ginger, bergamot, grapefruit, dry fruits, white tobacco, sandalwood, tuberose, tonka, vanillic, myrrh, smokiness, amber, florals. You have sweetness. It's basically everything I mentioned today in a bottle, a little more mature, a little more of a roar, loud, oomph of a fragrance. Live your life with one spray at a time. All right, guys, that's my top 10, full list, 2025. I would love to know if you have any of these, if you experienced any of these in your rotation. Let me know. What do you think? What do you suggest are the best fall fragrances that will give us men the best chance this fall? I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.